Good day, everyone. So we are going to discuss today the last part of your topic in your semifinals, which is all about waves and oscillations. Okay, so let's start tackling now. But before that, let's have first our objectives. Okay, so you may read our objectives in order for you to know what are the things that you are going to attain at the end of the lesson. Okay, so let's start with the vibrations and waves. Take note that vibrations class, it can produce a sound. Okay, try to say vibrations and waves as you hold your, what do you call this one, your throat. Okay? Sawakan ninyo yung mga, yung mga throat ninyo and then say vibrations and waves. Can you feel vibrations? Okay, if yes, of course, you can feel vibrations because you can hear yourself, you can produce a sound. So vibrations of the piezoelectric crystals in a transducer produce mechanical pressure, and that mechanical pressure class is what we call waves, sound waves, I should say. So this travels through the patient's tissues and reflect back to form an image. Take note, class, that a transducer looks like this. At para saan po ba ang transducer, ma'am? Ang transducer class is used for ultrasound. Okay, please take note of that a transducer is used for an ultrasound. Okay, that is what we call ultrasound transducer. And we have here to explain the relationship, we have V is equal to frequency times lambda, helps determine the resolution and penetration in imaging. Okay, so let's have here, of course, a formula in order for you to get the wave speed or the V of a certain transducer. Okay, so ang transducer kasi, class, yun yung ginagamit nila na parang yung material na dinidikit sa tiyan ng pregnant woman or kung sino man ang may gustong magpa-ultrasound. Okay? Yung nilalagyan po ng gel. Ayan. So, let's have here the wave speed. That is your V. Take note that wave speed, its unit is in meter per second. And also, we have here frequency, that is in hertz. And our wavelength or the lambda class is in meter. Okay? Now, it says there that 1 hertz class is equal to 1 cycle per second, and 1 megahertz class is equal to 1 million hertz. Please take note of this. Okay? If you can still remember our first topic on your during your prelims class, we have here the conversions. Please take note of these conversions. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter, and 1 meter is also equal to 1,000 millimeters. Okay, so let's try an example here. A sonographer uses 5 megahertz linear probe to scan a superficial vein. What is the wavelength of the sound wave in soft tissue where the wave speed is 1,540 meter per second? Okay, so we can have here our given 5 megahertz, that is your frequency. Ano pa? Sabi niya dito, what is the wavelength of the sound? Ibig sabihin, ang ating unknown is the wavelength. Okay, si lambda. Okay, gawin natin siyang question mark. Ayan, question mark natin siya. And we also have here the wave speed. It's 1,540 meter per second. So since ang nawawala, class, is the wavelength, let us encircle wavelength. Okay, ganito po mag-derive ng formula. Don't forget to encircle the unknown and put down yung kasama niyang hindi na encircle sa pagitan ng equal sign. Okay, so F here, F din dito, canceling the same variable will give you this formula. Okay, now are we correct with our formula? Yes. Okay, now let's have here our wave speed. What is our wave speed? It's 1,540 meter per second. Okay, please take note of our given unit. Meter per second for wave speed, hertz for frequency, wavelength is in meter. Okay, now let us substitute. Take note to don't forget to convert our given into its designated or standard or the base unit that we need. Okay, like for example, si megahertz class, it needs to be converted to hertz. Okay, take note that 5 megahertz, okay, tinuruan ko na kayo kung paano mag-convert. Okay, 5 megahertz class, times lang natin yan. Ano to? It's megahertz dito. Ibig sabihin, ang unit ng ating denominator is also in megahertz. Ayan, in megahertz also. What is the value of our megahertz dito? Ang value ng megahertz natin is 1. Okay, value ang tinatanong ibig sabihin, value, yung sarili niyang number. 1 megahertz now, ilan ang equivalent niya? Yan na po, dyan yun na po isusulat ang 1 million. That is 1 million hertz. Okay? That is 1 million hertz, canceling megahertz. What was left is hertz. Okay? So, 5 times 1 million, that will give you 5 times 10 raised to 6 or 5 million. Ma'am, bakit raised to 6 po? Kasi, ang movement po natin, try natin ilagay yung 5 million dito. We have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Move natin to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tama po ba? It's positive because we are going to the right. Okay, side note, it says here that, okay, i-compute muna natin, hindi pa na pala natin to na substitute. Okay, so pwede na natin siyang substitute since may na-convert na po tayo. Okay? Yan. So, it's 1,540 for our wave speed over our frequency is 5 times 10 raised to 6 or 5 million. Okay. Now, we can have here our answer. Yan. 0.0000308 meters. Okay, take note. Pwede nyo pong gamitin ng scientific notation. Example, this one is moving to the left. Okay. So, magiging 3.08 times 10 raised to what? Okay. Tingnan natin. 1, 2, 3, 4 raised to negative 4 meters. Bakit meters, ma'am? Because we are looking for lambda or the wavelength. Ang wavelength po natin, ang kanyang unit is meter. Ayan. Now, let's move on to the next one. It says here that a technologist uses a coupling gel with 0.45 millimeters and a probe frequency of 4 megahertz. Find the speed of sound through the gel. Okay, so let's identify our given. Ayan, nakalagay na po dyan. It says there that it's wavelength. Meron tayong wavelength, meron din tayong frequency. Okay, if we have wavelength and frequency class, what is our unknown? Okay, ang ano natin ay si wave speed. So, there's no need for you to change the formula. Let's just substitute and of course, we need to convert if conversion is needed. Like for example, class, this one is in millimeters. Eh, ang kailangan natin meters, right? So, we are going to convert millimeters to meters. Ang sabi dyan, class, we have 0.45 millimeters. Okay, it's 0.45 millimeters. Ano ang ating unit sa baba? It's in millimeters. Okay? What is the value of millimeters in our conversion chart? It's 1,000 millimeters. And what is that equivalent in meter? It's 1 meter. So if you are going to compute, class, that will give you 0.00045 cancel millimeters, that will give you meters. Okay, so if you want to convert it into scientific notation, let's just have here 4.5 times 10 raised to what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, negative 4. Ayan. Okay, so I really hope that you were able to internalize those things. Let's now move on to the next one. Okay, since natapos na po natin itong si 0.45 class, meron na tayong 0.00045. Balikan na, i-close muna natin yan. Ayan. Okay. Since meron na tayong converted form of this wavelength, we need to convert 4 megahertz to hertz. Ayan. 4 megahertz times. Take note that this one, ang ating unit sa baba is megahertz also. Okay, this megahertz class, ang value po niyan ay 1 megahertz, I should say. It must be 1 megahertz. Okay. 1 megahertz only. Ang value niya ay 1 and our equivalent for hertz is 1 million. Ayan, 1 million hertz. Canceling megahertz, that will give you 4 million. 4 million hertz. That's it. Okay? Next tayo. Tignan natin kung tama po ang sagot natin. Yes, we are correct. If we are going to multiply these things, class, then we were able to get 1,800 meter per second. And the speed, sabi niya, the speed or the wave speed is 1,800 meter per second, typical for a gel coupling material used to avoid air gaps. Take note that when we say gel coupling material, it is to avoid air gaps. Now, let's move on to the next one. Okay, nagkaroon na po siya ng sagot. Na-open na agad yung sagot. An ultrasound shows a wavelength. Ibig sabihin, this is the wavelength, lambda. Okay? A mass 0.5 millimeters in a muscle tissue were 1,580 meter per second. Okay, what is the probe's frequency? Si frequency po ang ating unknown. Take note of that. So, this one is V. Ayan. So, are we going to derive a formula? Yes, since hindi naman po mag-isa ang ating F. Ayan. So, we need to derive a formula. Ano ang unknown natin? Si F. Okay, sino ang dinabilugan? Si lambda. Then, lambda. Canceling lambda here will give you a formula of, okay, magiging formula mo po dyan ay F is equal to V over lambda. Substituting now, class, don't forget to convert. Ayan. So, we have 0.5 millimeters here. It must be converted, wait lang. It must be converted to, erase muna tayo. This 0.5 here, class, must be converted to meter. Okay, 0.5 millimeters times millimeters ito. How many millimeters do we have in 1 meter? 1 meter is equal to how many millimeters? 1,000 millimeters. Okay? Multiply 0.5 times 1. Cancel mo natin millimeters. 0.5 times 1 divided by 1,000. That will give us how many? Okay, 0.0005. Okay, meters. Ayan. So, let's see. Okay, so since it's 0.0005, that is now your lambda, and your velocity, or the wave speed now is 1,580. Okay? Ay, bakit ang layo? Now, class, if we are looking here, di-divide lang po natin ito. Pag-divide lang po natin, that will give you 3, I think, magkakaroon po tayo ng how many digits here? We have 3.16, sabi niya, 3.16, that magiging, raised to 6 po siya, magiging 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, lagyan natin 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, that will give us 3,160,000. Okay, so that's it for the answer. If we are going to convert it into hertz, okay, so 3.16 times 10 raised to 6 hertz. Okay, times natin, hertz din ang nasa baba, hertz din po yan, ang ating 1 million hertz, sabi niya dyan, Ang ating 1 million hertz is equal to how many megahertz? 1 megahertz. Okay? 1 megahertz. Canceling hertz, that will give us 3.16 megahertz. Ma'am, saan galing itong 10 raised to 6? That is 1 million. Okay? Pinaiksi ko lang kasi wala na pang pagsulatan. Okay, so the transducer operates at 3.16 megahertz, ideal for deep structures just like our liver. And let's now proceed to simple harmonic motion. Okay, when it comes to simple harmonic motion naman, class, example dito, masyado nag-skip pa. Yan. Okay, ang simple harmonic motion naman po natin, class, we are given with the formula T, or the period, is equal to 2 pi the square root of mass times the stiffness. So what is T? It is your time in period in seconds. 2 pi here is constant. Ano ang equivalent ng pi? It's 3.14. Yan. Para saan naman po itong si mass? Ang kanyang unit, class, is in kilogram. Ang stiffness naman po is in Newton per meter. Take note that amplitude here, class, is in M, or in meters. We can also have here another formula, energy. This energy is in joule. It can be a kinetic or a stored energy. We also have here 1/2. Ang 1/2 po dito, it is also equal to 0.5. This is a constant, class. Nandyan na po yan, given na po yan. Ang K po, class, is the same as your stiffness, which is Newton per meter. Ang amplitude po, class, amplitude squared, that is in meter. Now, let's move on to an example. A piezoelectric element in a probe has a stiffness of 400 Newton per meter and a mass of 0.008 kilogram. Find the period of vibration. Okay, let's substitute. We are looking for the period. Ibig sabihin, ito lapang ating formula. Okay, formula, let's substitute. 2 pi, 2 times 3.14 because ang pi ay isang 3.14. Square root, ang mass natin, class, is 0.008 kilograms. Ayan. How about the stiffness, class? Our stiffness is 450. 450 Newton per meter. Okay? Now we can have this one, and of course, our answer is 0.0265 seconds. Okay? Now, let's have here another example. The same transducer po ang tinutukoy nito, class. If the oscillation amplitude of the same transducer is 0.4 millimeters, find the stored potential energy. Ibig sabihin, energy po ang hinahanap. We have two formula a while back. Yung energy is equal to 1/2 times the stiffness times the amplitude squared. Okay? So this one is the formula that we are going to use here. On the other hand, we have an amplitude of 0.4 in millimeters. Take note, 0.4 millimeters must be converted into meters. Ayan. So this one is in millimeters. Millimeters. Ayan. It's 1,000, right? It's 1,000 millimeters equal to 1 meter. Canceling meter, canceling millimeter, I should say millimeter, that will give us 0.0004 meters. Okay, let's see if our answers are correct. Okay, but then, sabi niya dito, ang ating A daw, class, it must be in squared. Saan nanggaling ang 450, ma'am? Take note that ang sabi niya dito, the same transducer. Ibig sabihin, nakuha siya dun sa kabilang question a while back. Ito po. Saan na yun? Ayan, dito. So, ang K natin dito, class, is 450. So, ibig sabihin nun, class, we are going to use the same stiffness here, which is 450. Okay? Now, giving you the answer of 0.5. Anong 0.5? Si 1/2. Tapos 450. In-squared mo po ito, ibig sabihin that will give you 1.6 times 10 raised to negative 7. Ma'am, paano po ito? Ibig sabihin, class, ganito lang yan. 1.6. Negative 7, pa-left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Natapos na natin to, class. It means it's 0.000000016. Okay, so that is the, if you are going to square 0.0000004 squared, that will give you this value. Okay, now let's now move on to the next one. Ayan, so ayan po ang ating sagot. Sabi niyo dito 3.16 times 10 raised to negative 5 joules. Bakit joules? We are looking for energy. Energy is equal to 3.6 times 10 raised to negative 5 joules, showing how small vibrations produce useful ultrasound waves. Okay? Oh my God, 9 o'clock na. Ayan. Sabi niya dito, larger amplitude sound waves produce louder sounds relevant to ultrasound power control. Loudness also depends on amplitude. Please take note of this. Okay, if you have nothing to ask about that, let's now move on to the next one, the wave motions. The wave motion, class, is the transfer of energy from one point to another through a medium or in a vacuum without the actual movement of matter. And we are given with the formula. We are given a formula which is depth is equal to Vt over 2. Take note that this one, class, you can cross multiply this if any of these things are unknown. Let's say for example, ang nawawala is the velocity. Sabi niya ang velocity is in meters, ang t is in time. D times 2 cross multiply will give you D2. Vt times 1 here magiging Vt. What if our unknown is the velocity? Velocity is unknown. Take note that if our unknown, there is an unknown, you just need to encircle. So if V is encircled, anong hindi na encircle? Yun ang ibababa. Take note, in all your derivations, do not write your unknown as the denominator. Okay, so canceling t here, that will give you V is equal to D times 2 over time. Okay, that's it. Now, let's try this one. Sample, sabi niya dito, an echo returns 0.0000012 seconds after emission in tissue. Take note, class, this one. Okay. This one is your time. This one naman is your V. Okay, awan yung formula natin. D is equal to Vt over 2. Our unknown, class, is the depth. Okay, depth ang unknown. Ibig sabihin, just substitute 1,540 meter per second as our V. And our time is 0.00012 seconds. Okay? That is over 2. Okay? Canceling meters. Canceling seconds. Ang naiwan ay in meter. Since ang depth po natin is in meter. But then, kailangan niyang maging centimeters. Ayan. So, that's it. Let's see. Okay, ayan na siya. So, it's 0.0924 meters. But then, this is in meter, wherein we are going to look for centimeters times how many meters, what is the value of meter in the conversion? 1. And what is the equivalent of 1 meter into centimeters? It's 100. We are going to multiply this one, class. That will give us 9.24 centimeters below the skin surface. Okay? Please don't forget to convert. Okay. Ito naman. The gallbladder, ito kasi nauna yan. The gallbladder is 7 centimeters deep. How long does the echo takes to return? Paano ba to? And sorry, hindi siya na-edit. Okay? So, meron tayong formula, D is equal to VT over 2. Ang nawawala, class, is the time. Take note, how long does the echo takes to return? Ibig sabihin, gaano daw siya katagal bago bumalik. Okay? Now, if we are looking for time, take note, we cross-multiply D2 is equal to VT times wala, it's VT. Yan. Next, we have here our unknown. Ang unknown natin ay T, or the time. Bar line, and then encircle the unknown. V ay ibaba, si V ay ilagay din dito. Canceling V here will give you time. Okay, time is equal to D times 2 over V. Okay, I hope that you were able to get that also. Okay, next tayo, class. We can also have here now the substitution. Let's now substitute. What is our given? We have 2. Okay, 2 is constant. 7 is our what do you call this one? 7 centimeter is our depth. Ayan, nakaano na po siya, nakalagay na po siya dyan. And our, take note that in soft tissue, class, its wave speed is 1,540 meter per second. Okay, if you're going to multiply this and divide it into 1,540, class, that will give you 0.009 seconds. Okay, take note that this 0.009 seconds, class, must be converted into microseconds. Ang 1 microseconds, class, is equal to 1 million microseconds. Now, this one is 0.009 seconds times. This one is in seconds, ibig sabihin seconds dito. Ilan ang value ng second? 1. 1 second is equal to how many microseconds? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That is your 1 million microseconds. Canceling seconds. Seconds will give us the answer, which is 9,000 microseconds. Ito po siya, hindi po siya nakalagay. Nadaganan lang po siya. So, it is in 9,000 microseconds. Now, let's move on to the next one. Ayan. So, dito na tayo sa mga concepts, class. Sabi niya dito, wave properties. In ultrasound imaging, sound waves interact with body tissues in several waves. We can have the interactions such as your reflection, refraction, and the interference. Later on, i-explain ko what are those things. It determines how images are formed or how clear they are and what artifacts may appear with these interactions. So sound in ultrasound is a mechanical longitudinal wave that travels through tissues, causing the particles to vibrate parallel to the wave's direction. As these waves encounter tissues, pag-encounter po sila ng tissues with different properties, they behave differently depending on each tissue's acoustic impedance. Okay? What is reflection? Okay, nakikita na ba kayo ng reflection? Yes, of course, lalo na kapag lagi kayong nananalamin. Ang reflection naman po dito sa college physics class, sabi niya dito, class, occurs when an ultrasound wave strikes the boundary between two tissues with different acoustic impedance, and part of the sound energy bounces towards the transducer. Example, ito yung transducer natin. Ayan, si transducer, ito po yung ano natin, no, yung ang tawag dito, yung dumidikit na area doon sa tiyan ni mami or ng magpapa-ultrasound. So, nalagyan po yan ng gel, tapos ito po yung buntis na nanay. Ayan, buntis na nanay. Okay, paano ba mag-draw ng nanay? Baka mamaya kasi ma-misinterpret nyo na naman ang drawing ko. Okay, anyway, never mind about that. Okay, now it will bounce back. Example, ito na lang yung transducer. Tapos ito yung skin. Tapos, dumikit siya dun sa skin. Yung ibang sound waves class, it bounces back, pabalik dun sa transducer. And then, kung makikita ninyo, kapag ini-slide na po sa tiyan ni mami, ang nangyayari dun sa screen, makikita nyo na po yung baby or yung fetus, yung itsura niya. Pero not actually the facial features na yung parang totoong tao na nakikita mo, because that is an image. Okay? Okay, now, the greater the difference in impedance, sabi niya dito, the stronger the reflection. The reflected wave returns to the transducer. Ayan, pabalik dun sa transducer, yung sound wave, yung reflected waves, forming now an image on the screen. Yan po yung sinasabi ko. The remaining wave continues deeper. Take note, not all the sound waves or the waves that penetrates the tissues goes back or bounces back to the transducer. Take note that some of this, the remaining wave class, continues deeper into the body until it encounter another interference or interface. Kakasana. Okay, now let's have here refraction. Refraction naman class occurs when a sound wave changes direction as it crosses a boundary between two media with different propagation speed. So they changes direction. Now let's have here interference. Okay, so interference naman class, it happens when two or more sound waves overlap in the same region. Ibig sabihin nag-overlap po sila. We have two types. We have the constructive and the destructive interference. When we say constructive interference, these waves reinforce each other and increasing amplitude. When there is an increasing amplitude, there is a brighter echoes. Okay, destructive interference naman class, the waves cancel each other out, decreasing the amplitude which will cause a darker echoes. So in ultrasound class, this can cause speckle artifacts. Take note of that. A grainy patterns that affect the image clarity. Example, when an echo from a multiple small structures, they overlap, the resulting image may show bright and dark speckles due to wave interference, not actual tissue difference. So, parang hindi mo na makikita kung anong pinagkaiba ng tissue na to. Okay? Because you can see a very show bright and dark speckles that is not the actual tissue, or hindi mo na makikita yung differences ng mga tissue. Okay? Now, let's move on to the next one. Ayan, balik tayo kay sound. But tayo mag-next. So, si sound class, it says there that the nature of sound, sound travel as longitudinal wave, meaning the particles of the medium vibrate parallel to the direction of, take note, the parallel to the direction of the wave travel. So, we can have compressions and rarefactions. Pag sinabing compressions, di ba kapag kinocompress mo, you put a pressure. That's why it has a high pressure. This is the region where particles are close together, di ba? Pag rarefactions naman class, these are regions where particles are spread apart. They are being spread apart, ibig sabihin, it is low in pressure. Example class, when an ultrasound transducer emits sound, it produces nag-alternate po ang compression and rarefaction in the tissues. This will now propagate as the waves. Yan. Next, how sound travels through tissues. The ability of sound to travel through a medium depends on two keys. Take note class that we have two keys in order, or dalawang susi in order for a sound, of course, to travel through a medium. First is its density. The density is also symbolized as rho. Ayan. The mass of the medium's particles, yung bigat niya daw. Elasticity naman class, it's the ability of the medium to return to its original shape after being deformed. Take note that the speed of sound is determined by both its elasticity and its density. Okay? So it says here that sound travel faster and denser and more elastic tissues What are the example of this? We have the bone. Kaya kung mapapansin ninyo, when you do an X-ray, you can see these things. Okay? Sound travels slower kapag magaan naman and less elastic ang media, like for example, air or the fats. Okay? In ultrasound machines assume an average sound speed of, take note of the average sound speed in soft tissue, which is 1,540 meter per second. Okay, that is to calculate the distance and the depth accurately. Yan, malapit tayo matapos. How ultrasound uses sound transmission. Okay? In diagnostic ultrasound class, the transducer, si transducer daw class, it generates sound pulse. Yung sinabi ko sa inyo kanina, that will now travel in our tissues. Again, question class. The question is, lahat ba ng sound pulses class ay nagre-reflect back sa ating transducer? No, because it can penetrate or travel through tissues. As the waves encounter different structures, part of the energy is reflected as your echoes. Pag nagkaroon po ng echoes or nag-reflect back, magkakaroon po ng image. And part is being transmitted deeper. The time it takes for an echo, tandaan, the time it takes for an echo to return helps determine the depth and location, kung gaano kalalim at kung saan po malolocate ang tissue na nakita mo. Okay, that is now what we call the time of flight principle. So what is the clinical relevance class? We have adjust the frequency and intensity for optimal imaging, recognize artifacts caused by differences in sound speed, like for example, the refraction or misplacement, improve image quality by ensuring proper coupling and transducer alignment. Now, let's move on to the next one. Okay. Ayan na siya. Lapit na tayo matapos. Okay, sound waves naman class. Sound waves are mechanical longitudinal waves that transfer energy through compressions and refractions of medium. So, in ultrasound, these sound waves are generated by a transducer. So, paulit-ulit ko na sinasabi sa inyo class. Yung sound waves class ay napoproduce sa transducer. And that sound waves class can help us to visualize internal body structures. And the energy carried by the wave determines how strong the sound is, and this energy is described as your intensity. How strong the sound is it's the intensity. Okay? Now, the intensity of sound waves. Pag sinabing intensity class, it is the power per unit area carried by a sound wave. It measures how energy passes through a certain area per second. We are given with the formula I is equal to P over A. Ano ibig sabihin ng I? Intensity. Ano ang unit ng intensity? Watt per square meter. Ano naman ang P? We have power. Ano naman ang A? We have area in square meter. Now, let's move on to decibel. Si decibel naman class, because sound intensifies in ultrasound very widely, we use logarithmic scale. Ano ibig sabihin ng logarithmic scale na to class? It is also known as our decibel to express changes in intensity or power. Okay? Now, we can have here an equation. We have decibel in dB and 10 log sub 10. Tapos, meron po tayong I sub 2 and I sub 1 dito. I sub 2, ibig sabihin yan, measured in intensity. Pag I sub 1 naman, kung si I sub 2 is measured in intensity, si I sub 1 naman is reference intensity. So, if you can get positive decibel here, class, positive, it will increase in intensity. Pero pag negative po siya, of course, it will decrease in intensity. Ayan. So, let's have now the Alara principle. For the Alara principle, I know na napahapyawan na ito ng iba ninyong major subject. Ang ibig niya pong sabihin ay as low as reasonably achievable. What does it mean, class? Take note that Alara principle ensures patient safety. This means if you are going to do a procedure, use the lowest possible intensity and shortest exposure time. Tandaan po natin yan. Avoid prolonged scanning in one region and focus only when necessary for diagnostic clarity. Take note of these things that you have to use the lowest possible intensity and it must be short exposure time. Again, and you need to avoid, ibig sabihin ng avoid, iwasan mo yung prolong or mahaba-habang scanning dun sa isang region na yun. And focus only when necessary for diagnostic clarity. Okay, now let's move on to the speed of sound and intensity level. To ensure patient safety, always follow the ALARA principle. Or, ayan, naulit naman na. Okay, speed of sound. An ultrasound travels deeper into tissue and its intensity decreases due to, take note class, ang ultrasound waves class, nagta-travel siya into the tissue. Pero, syempre, mas malakas lang siya, parang malakas lang siya doon sa pinaka-top. Pero, as it goes deeper class, it decreases. Syempre, example, meron kang kaharap na tao, narinig niya yung sinabi mo, pero yung ibang tao na nasa likod niya class, hindi na nila marinig because the intensity has been decreased. By how? Okay, but by what factors? First, absorption. Second, scattering. And third, reflection. For absorption class, energy is being converted into heat. Pag scattering naman, redirection of sound by small structures. Pag reflection class, it's the partial energy bouncing back at tissue boundaries. So this reduction of intensity is also called your attenuation. Pag bumaba ang intensity niya, that is what we call attenuation. Take note that higher frequencies and greater depths both increase attenuation. Ibig sabihin, there is less intensity that reaches the deeper tissues. Okay? Yan, malapit tayong matapos. So, we have here depth compensation time gain. In order for us, para saan ba to? In order for us to correct for intensity loss at greater depths, kapag malalim na po ang depths na pinupuntahan ng ating sound waves, magkakaroon po ng intensity loss. Okay? To solve this, we need time gain compensation that ultrasound machines uses. Okay? The deeper the echoes, the more gain in decibel is applied. And this balances the image brightness so both superficial and deep tissues are equally visible. Kahit shallow man lang or very deep yung tissue class, it can give you an equally visible structure. So without the time gain compensation, sabi niya, the deeper structures will look dark, madilim. Without proper time gain compensation, the uniform brightness is being observed across all depths. Okay, take note of that. Ayan, bakit kaya may nawala ata akong isang slide? May na-skip pa ako. Ayan, may na-skip pala ako kanina dito. Okay, basahin nyo na lang siya. Yung why does sound travel faster in bone but slower in air and how this affect ultrasound imaging. Of course, si bone kasi class, sabi niya, it is more dense and elastic. And this means that sounds travel faster. Pero kapag air class, less dense, mas magaan, and it can be compressed, ibig sabihin nag-slow down ang sound natin. That is why ultrasound gel is used. Hindi lang po pampadulas ang ultrasound gel. Ibig sabihin po, para bakit ginagamit ang ultrasound gel? It is to eliminate air gaps between the transducer and skin for better sound transmission. Okay? So, please take note of those things. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. Okay? Thank you so much for allotting some of your time. Good luck and God bless on your exam. Okay? That's it for today, everyone. Thank you for listening.